We are live. We are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live this morning on a special early morning huddle. And so this morning, Huddle community, we're going to be talking about some YouTube basics this morning. We're going to be talking about how to properly set up your YouTube channel so you can be able to put yourself in the best position to grow on YouTube, get more views, and accomplish your YouTube objectives. So if that's something definitely you're looking to do in 2022, 2023, do me a favor, grab yourself a cup of coffee, huddle up. It's time for the early morning huddle. That we're live. We got the wrong intro up. We got the ending intro. Well, good morning, Huddle community. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, then we welcome you to the show. And as we said this morning, we're going to be talking about 5 great tips on helping you to be able to set up your YouTube channel properly. Excuse me. And so we're live. We're live this morning. We realize we're about 2 hours early, but we had to go early this morning. So those of you who are normally a part of Team Live this morning, who will be a part of Team Replay, do me a favor in the comment section. Give me a hashtag Team Replay. And those of you who are joining us this morning on Team Live, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. And so this morning, as I said, we're going to be getting into how to properly set up your YouTube channel. YouTube now has provided a lot of great new opportunities for new and up-and-coming YouTube creators. And so for us to be able to take advantage of these new opportunities, I believe we got to put ourselves in the best position to be able to be successful. And the only way to do that is to have your YouTube channel properly set up. And so if you're joining me this morning as we get ready to get in this presentation, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. If you have a YouTube channel, just let me know what your YouTube channel is about. And do you feel that if it's properly set up correctly based on this tutorial that we're going to do? So without further ado, let's fire up the Stream Deck and let's get into this presentation here. So we're going to click once. Boom, there we go. So tip number 1, do you have a channel art for your YouTube channel? It's also referred to as a YouTube channel banner. And what this YouTube channel art or channel banner does for a viewer who clicks on your YouTube channel for the first time, it gives them a brief summary of what your YouTube channel is about, who you are, what the name of the channel is. It also gives a brief value proposition of what you are looking to do on your channel and how it can add value to said viewer who comes to your channel, who's searching. Excuse me. Most people who are on YouTube are searching for some content that's going to answer a specific question, that's going to address a specific pain point. And so your channel art or channel banner gives a brief summary of who you are, what your value proposition is, and particularly when you are going to be uploading content, whether once a week or twice a week. So that channel art gives a brief summary of what you're going to do, the content expectations. And so if you have a channel art or channel banner, you can mark check. in the checkbox that you got your YouTube channel going in the right direction. But here are the disadvantages, I believe, in not having a YouTube channel art or banner. Well, if a person clicks on your channel and they don't see the channel art, then they know they clicked on this particular channel because maybe it was referred to them by the person who is the owner of that channel, or someone who have maybe uh, recently watched one of your videos, but they have no idea what your channel was about. So you risk the chance of the viewer leaving your channel very quickly, because let's face it, what we don't know or what we don't understand, if we think it's not going to address a particular need for us, whether that's for education or a need for entertainment or edutainment, then because there's no channel art or channel banner, that person is going to leave. And so you want to make sure you have a channel banner that gives a brief description about what the channel is about, what your value proposition or what you're looking to provide, and what your content expectations are of how often you're going to be uploading content or going live. So for us, we have a channel banner here on the Huddle with Walter Strong III. Our value proposition for every viewer who watches our content, who is interested in either consuming content or making content, that we have a value proposition that's going to help you broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video. And so that's a value proposition. And so our content expectations, we for the most part, we go live every Saturday at 11 a.m. But this morning we're live at 9 a.m. And we're also now doing short YouTube content. And so that's the content expectation. And then you go into tip number 2, your about section. Now, most people think that on your YouTube channel, that your YouTube channel of where you on your homepage is where your videos are the next important page. But I submit to you that you can have videos on your homepage, but if you have a blank about section or about page, again, you're putting the viewer in a position, especially if they're seeking out content that's going to help meet a need or address a pain point. If they want to learn more about your channel, and if that about section is blank, then you risk the person leaving. Because let's face it, our parents taught us when we were young that we are not supposed to talk to strangers. Now, in today's time and technology, with so much potential fraud and scam, unfortunately, there are individuals who create YouTube channels for purposes that are not in the best interest of the viewer, because they're trying to take advantage of the viewer or bring harm to the viewer, or trying to bring harm to other YouTube content creators. And so my policy is, if your about section is blank and you have no information telling me who you are, chances is I'm not going to end up watching your content, regardless of how good you think it is or how good someone else thinks it is. You want to have an about section that gives you an opportunity to go more in depth about who you are as a content creator. Go in depth about the type of content you're going to be creating. It's called clarity. You're providing clarity what the viewer expectation is going to be. And you can also share some important links that the viewer can expect to be able to take advantage of and to be able to click on, so that they can maybe watch a next video or watch your recent playlist. And so you want to have your about section filled out. And so I want to say good morning to some diehard Huddle community guys that are in the chat this morning, because we had to go early this morning on the Huddle. So as we see some good people coming in, let's just take a pause right here and say good morning to Mr. Adobe Under 5 this morning, who's on the Huddle. And then, oh my goodness, we got that tech, that troublemaker is in the house this morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. We are talking about 5 tips on how to evaluate if your YouTube channel is properly set up. You know, early in my days of being on YouTube, I would always kind of see the more established YouTubers, the big YouTubers, if you will, who are always offering channel reviews to help individuals that are up and coming, that are growing. And I think that's a noble and wise thing to do, to, you know, reach one, teach one, and bring a person up to the next level. However, if I'm going to seek out help from another established content creator, um, I think it should be done from the standpoint, at least some basics that I should have already have in place. And like I said, having channel art and channel banner, having your about section set up, because if I'm going to reach out to Tech Troublemaker for some help and assistance, then again, when he goes to look at my channel and I don't have a channel banner and I have nothing of about section, again, the lack of clarity puts him at a disadvantage on how to best help me. He may see a video or two up there, but because there's no channel banner, um, there's no about section filled out. Again, that lack of clarity doesn't put him in the best position to provide me a proper channel review. And so, whether if you're a small and up and coming YouTube creator or an established one, it's important that you have these first 2 tips, I believe, in place. Hey, gentlemen, if as you guys are joining me here this morning, and as others are joining here, a part of Team Live, I need a big small favor from you, asking you to click the thumbs up button, smash that like button, share this on your favorite social media platform this morning, and you know, leave me your feedback, especially if you are a part of Team Replay, your feedback. If you have a YouTube channel, and do you have a channel art or banner, and do you have your about section filled out? And so let's continue that conversation, especially on Team Replay. Tip number three. Tip number three, if we're talking about having your YouTube channel set up properly, you need to have a YouTube trailer. Now, some people think this is optional, but I'm a movie person. Tech Troublemaker Roy and Robert from Adobe Under 5, I'm a movie person. So if you want me to go see the latest Marvel movie, guess what? Marvel understands, for the movie viewer and me and my household, you have to have a trailer or 1 or 2 trailers. They normally start with a tease trailer. They normally start with the theatrical trailer, and then they get to basically your final trailer and then your TV spots. I think the TV spots, TikTok and YouTube probably saw that many years ago, how Marvel and was so successful with their TV spots. I really believe that was the point in the genesis of YouTube Shorts and TikTok short form videos, because of the TV spots getting so many views on YouTube and getting so many views on other social media platforms. And so the TV spots are your YouTube Shorts of today, is your vertical short form content. But your trailers is not going to give away what the entire movie is about. But the trailer is going to kind of give you a basic understanding. Hey, this movie is coming out. Here are some of the characters. Here's some of the stuff that's going on. It's going to pique your interest in wanting to go see the movie. Now, if a movie trailer does this, a good, successful movie trailer, let's take Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. When they came out with the first trailer and the second trailer, they didn't really give away a lot of what the plot was about, but they piqued your interest and want to watch the movie. And so that's how our YouTube trailer should be. Our YouTube trailer should pique the interest of the viewer who's watching for the first time and the returning viewer. They need to pique their interest on why they need to be watching your content and come back watching your content. Your YouTube trailer should pique their interest so much that they want to click on your playlist and binge your content. And so it really got me to thinking, we definitely have a great YouTube trailer that's here on the Huddle, thanks to Adobe Under 5. But it really got me to thinking, okay, at some point, do we need to take that YouTube trailer to the next level, especially if we want viewers to be able to watch more of our content? So we got the promotion, it piques the interest in seeing the value, and it piques the interest in inviting them to subscribe to the channel and click the alert notification button. Got a few comments here, so let's just pause here. Let's pause here. It's an early morning. Let's get over here. Boom, 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 boom. Don't we see here? Boom, boom. Adobe Under 5 size. Boom. I have all of these things done. See, check. So we got 3 checks in the box. And see, if you have these things already checked out, again, if you're going to, for some reason, this wasn't part of the run of show, but I feel led to go here. If we're going to seek out someone to do a channel review for us, and especially if we're going to pay them for it, then a lot of the pre-work, like these 3 tips that we're talking about, should already be in place. It should already be in place, especially if we're talking about, as Adobe Under 5 says, going to the next level. These things should be in place. Even if you are an individual who does channel reviews for other YouTube creators, to make your work that much easier, the process of doing it, being able to say to the person, hey, look, as we get ready to get together and do your channel review, here's a small checklist that I want you to take a look at before we do the channel review, and to see if you have things in place. And then if it's not in place, then it provides an opportunity for coaching. It provides an opportunity for consulting, I believe, because, if you're going to be responsible now for creating the channel art, and if you're going to be responsible for editing the YouTube trailer, now it provides a monetary aspect for you from a video editing, and we, as a part of the Huddle community, we have a great chief editor and Adobe Under 5. So it provides an opportunity. It provides an opportunity if a person needs help with creating channel art and banners, how we can point them to CANVA and help them come along the way. And so that YouTube trailer helps to pique the interest of the viewer. And you can also, as a bonus, be able to create a feature trailer for returning viewers who have subscribed already. Again, piquing their interest about your latest piece of content to keep them watching, to build up your retention numbers and keep that watch up. And that's definitely something we all want into 2023 as going into the next year. We want to be able to have a profile picture. And you say, a profile picture, why is this important a part of channel setup? Well, let's go back to why YouTube is making a lot of changes and rolling out a lot of features, especially with the YouTube community tab. One of their driving factors why they're doing the YouTube community tab is that they said they want to make it harder for scammers. They want to make it harder for spammers. They want to make it harder for people who are creating fake accounts, who are unfortunately trying to cause harm to YouTube content creators and viewers. And so one of the ways that YouTube can identify you as a true YouTube viewer or a YouTube creator, you as a YouTube consumer watching videos, or as a YouTube creator creating content, is your profile picture. Now, your profile picture, I used to, back in the days, I kind of felt I was good with you just not putting it up and just letting Google give you an arbitrary W, E, or R. But again, that's not a profile picture. And so having a profile picture, again, helps individuals be able to identify that you are a legitimate viewer if you're watching content of another content creator. It also helps YouTube be able to help properly brand you through personal branding. And so I love the fact that those of us in the Huddle community, we can have a profile picture like me and Tech Troublemaker, or you can have a very good personal brand like Adobe Underfy. And so it's easy now to understand that there is identification in terms of who's watching our content. It helps us in terms of understanding who the content creators and the brand and the message that they're communicating as a creator. But most importantly, it builds connection with one another because we know who we are. When we see each other's profile picture, we know who we are. Or even if we're on another fellow Huddle communities live stream chat, our profile picture helps us to connect with one another and engage in the chat with one another because of the profile picture. And it's so important. And so if that's important even on other social media platforms like LinkedIn, if you're trying to connect and build networking relationships, we have to take the same approach with YouTube. And then those who are not doing those things, it can either be one from an opportunity to educate, or if they're not doing it, then it helps us to kind of put our antennas up to say, okay, I don't know. It's, especially we see people commenting on our videos and engaging in our live streams. And there was an individual a couple of weeks ago I was telling Tech Troublemaker about, and he made some comments about, and then I later realized that this person wasn't a legitimate YouTube channel because they had no content up there. And look at some of the comments that I read back later, they had no profile picture. It raised my awareness to say, as much as I would love to have people engaging in the chat, being a part of the live stream, when it comes to someone who has no profile picture, I'm just not going, I'm going to acknowledge them. If there's nothing there, I'm not going to acknowledge it because I don't know what your intentions are. Your intentions to the intention I don't know what your intentions is to this community. I don't know what your intentions are. And I think we have to take that same approach when we're doing live streams. People who come into our chat on our live streams or who comment on our videos, and there are other people commenting and engaging in the live streams, we have to take the approach to look out for the best interest of our community. If they are making comments or saying certain things that are not appropriate, or putting inappropriate links there, that can be harmful to our channel and to our community. So the profile picture is so important. Hey, great value this week. I will talk about set up your YouTube channel. Do me a favor, smash the like button, click the thumbs up, share this on your favorite social media platform. And those of you who are joining us for the first time or are returning viewer watching us, either a part of Team Live or on Team Replay, if you're looking to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video content creation, we want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and be a part of this great channel community that we have. And so we're up to tip number 5. So as a recap, we look at the first 4 tips. If you can say there's a check for each one of these first 4 tips, your channel is properly set up to this point. But the next one is the playlist. And the playlist, especially as you start to create more content on your channel, it helps to bring organization to your YouTube channel. And so before I get into some of the reasons why those playlists need to be put in place, but there's some basic playlists that that helps the viewer and the returning viewer to want to watch more than one video. You have the playlist of the most recent videos you uploaded. You have a playlist of your most popular videos. And then you have a playlist of a particular topic or subject matter that you've created content on over a period of time that you can organize and put together. And so by having that playlist put together, you're increasing your opportunity to have more watch time in the person not just watching one video, but watching more videos as they're on your channel. You're putting yourself in the position for the viewer and for you to be able to have more of a growth experience on YouTube, growing more on YouTube. And most importantly, YouTube is behind this. They're pushing this. They're just like they're pushing shorts, just like they're pushing now, providing the YouTube community tab. They're now wanting us to get more involved with playlists. And it makes sense. It makes sense if we're trying to, if you're one of those individuals who wants to get their first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, then playlist is going to happen. You may be an individual who has 1,000 subscribers, but you don't have the watch time. Well, in 2023, a goal could be on being able to be more strategic in your playlist selection and putting your content together in playlists. And so that way you allow viewers to binge. So if you have 1,000 subscribers, but your minimum, you don't meet the requirement for 4,000 hours watch time, then boom, the playlists are going to happen. Or if you have 4,000 hours of watch time, but you don't have the 1,000 subscribers, the playlist is going to help there. And so we have to really look at properly setting our channel up to put ourselves in the best position if we're trying to reach those first goals. Got a couple of additional comments from the team of crew. So let's there and respond. You guys are definitely making this an interactive comment here. So boom, let's see here. Let's see next level. Boom, boom, boom. I think, okay, let's go here. Okay, Adobe Under 5 says, boom, maybe Nick Nimmin for channel reviews. Exactly. As much as that man does on a Saturday morning on YouTube, just creating the content, you know, when it's time to hit him up for a channel review and become a member of the Nimminati, we got these 5 tips in place. It makes it that much easier. Tech Troublemaker says, I have videos, multiple playlists, and I am not sure how that is going to work as YouTube starts hyping playlists. Well, that's a good point, Roy. And I'm sort of in the same boat as you, because at first when I was putting playlists together in my early days, I was just kind of putting them together because this is what I was being told to do by other creators, right? But I didn't put a lot of thought and process in how the playlist aligned with my content pillars and goals for my YouTube channel. So now that over this last year, I've gotten a greater clarity on how this channel is really going to focus on live streaming and live streaming tips and live streaming and putting shorts together and short form content that helps with live streaming and online video in that area. It's caused me now to go back and reevaluate previous playlists that I've done and say, okay, are they aligned with the core values and the core pillars of the channel? And then if they're not, make the necessary adjustments to them. And then step number 2, are they relevant in today's time that we're in? Because there are some playlists that I made that I've removed, and because they were not relevant to today's times of viewers or are looking for are coming. I'm noticing now as you know, and I didn't get a chance to make any shorts this week because of just work and family and content creation schedule issues. But I'm noticing now as the shorts I start bringing in new subscribers, I started really looking at and saying, okay, as they are clicking on my shorts, they're still seeing that the shorts are about live stream, but at the same time, are they relevant to someone who's joining the channel for the first time? And if they're not, I got to make the necessary adjustment. So hopefully that provides some thought and some ideas for you as well, because and I'll go back to the example of Netflix and other streaming services, they're constantly updating their playlists of content for the viewers who come for the first time, returning viewers who come. So if you are a person like me who was into The Flash, who was into Arrow, Designated Survivor, if you are interested in Once Upon a Time, which used to be on ABC, now Netflix has, they're going to update their playlist to make it more relevant to get the viewer to watch more content. And so our playlist needs to be updated and reevaluated, a part of us making our channel set up properly. Adobe Underfire says my playlist, boom, boom, boom. Tons of views. See, and I think part of the reason why your strategy, Robert, is working so well, because your content, since you made your shift on your channel to make your content between 1 and 3 minutes, if you put 3 videos together in a playlist, 3 to 5 videos, you're asking anywhere between 9 to about 15 minutes of the viewer. And that's hard ask someone, especially if each video is 1 to 3 minutes long. And so your playlist on the short side could be 5 minutes. On the long side, it could be 15 minutes. That's not a hard ask, though. So again, when we talk about reevaluating our playlist, it also now, especially because a lot of us are part of the community who are live streamers and we do long form content, we have to go back and in the 2023 so that our playlist can be more effective. And that's definitely to be something we need to do. Tech Troublemaker says, boom, boom. I am getting ready to purge my channel of old stuff, and with no views. And from time to time, Tech, that is something that I do as well myself. I go back and look at a lot of the old videos that I made from 2021, and it has little to maybe 4 to less than 10 views. I enlist them. Now, I don't delete them. Because I may need them in the future to be able to use as a piece of material to help new up and coming YouTube creators to show, okay, you see me here. You see me in this part of my journey. Excuse me. You see me in this part of the journey, but my channel doesn't show you my early journey. So now I have the ability to, whether we're doing a live stream, share it as a piece of content and let them see where I used to be at and where, why this video did not perform well. Because there's some important lessons there that I believe why you shouldn't delete a video. You should unlist it, but you shouldn't delete it, because maybe back in those days, I didn't understand the importance of making good thumbnails. Maybe back in those days, I didn't understand the importance of having a compelling title for my topic. maybe my YouTube descriptions were just not put together well enough that it would help me rank in search and be found for people to find me. And so that's the reason why I don't delete my videos. I enlist them and I save them because they're gonna come in handy at a later date. So certainly purging and getting rid of old videos and making I think is important because YouTube is going to refer next piece of content for your viewer to watch. And the last thing you want that viewer to watch is an old video that has very to little no views and is not even relevant to the day's content that you're making today. So that's my thoughts on that. And again, I think it's all about properly setting up your YouTube channel. We're talking today about 5 great tips on how to make sure that your YouTube channel is properly set up so that way you can grow on YouTube all over the place this morning. Properly grow this morning on YouTube and meet your YouTube goals and get more views. So that's what we're talking about. Man, this morning in the Huddle, we got the man all the way from London. Mr. Ash Bolin, Podcast Creators Hub, is in the house. Good morning, sir. And so let's just get into a summary. Let's get into a summary for those of you who are just joining us. We're talking about 5 tips on helping you to set up your channel properly. We talked about the importance of having a channel art or channel banner so that a viewer who comes to your channel understands what your YouTube channel is about and what your value proposition is and how you're going to be adding value to them. And having a content expectation on how often you're going to be uploading videos or when you are going live. Now, there are 2 schools of thoughts regarding, okay, should I put social media links into my channel art? Now, there are 2 schools of thoughts. One school of thought is that, hey, look, if you're trying to really focus on build personal brand and platform in your business, and you want to refer them to your website or refer them to your LinkedIn or other relevant, important social media pages, and the goal is not so much in terms of focusing on YouTube, having those channel links and website links can be beneficial. However, if your focus is on YouTube, I caution you. I caution you about putting links on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Amazon if you're a person who has an Amazon account or a Roku account, because all you're going to do, if they click on those links, you're going to take them right away from YouTube. And so now you're missing opportunity to keep them on YouTube to watch your next piece of content. You're missing the opportunity for them to engage and watch your playlist to binge your content. And so I submit to you, maybe you just have a YouTube subscribe button link at the top on your channel art or banner. And so that way you got the subscriber and you're keeping them on the channel. And so that's your channel art. Then your about section. Again, most people think that the most important page is the home page. And then maybe the second most important page is the video page. But you may be a person who may not have a lot of clarity about what type of video you're making. So you're just kind of making all different types of content. And you're making something about vlogging. You're making something about a tech review. You're making something about what happened in your personal life last night. But if you're kind of making all types of random content and then the person goes to your about section and they don't see nothing there, you're increasing, unfortunately, the chance for that person to leave your channel. And so the about section gives you an opportunity to go more in depth about who you are as a content creator on YouTube. It allows you to go in depth about the type of content you are going to be making, what your goals of your channel is, and how often you're going to be going live and uploading videos, and how it can add value to the viewer. And so the about section, I believe, is the most important page the first page that needs to be filled out, because it tells me who you are. It tells you who I am. And if you don't know who a person is, then you decrease the chance, or the it creates a disinterest in wanting you to engage more in who the person is. We talked about YouTube trailers. You want to pique the interest of the viewer wanting to watch more of your content. Your YouTube trailer is the tool to do that. Now, I'm a believer of, hey, look, keep it about a minute and 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I don't go in long, because that's the typical movie trailer. Anything that goes past maybe a minute into 2 minutes, now you're starting to expose more of the upcoming movie and the content and the plot. You're starting to expose important scenes of the movie. And so you want to have a trailer that's probably no longer than a minute and 20 seconds. And so you don't want to start giving away all your good stuff in your trailer. You want the entice in pique the interest of the viewer to say, I need to come back and watch the next video. I need to watch this playlist. And so that YouTube trailer is going to help you. And then we talked about profile pictures. You want to have a profile picture because it helps an individual to be able to identify who you are, whether as a person or as a brand. And so we talked about some of the differences. Like me and Tech Troublemaker, we have a profile picture, while others like Adobe Under 5 and Podcast Creator Hub, they have a branded, profile picture. And so it helps the person to identify. However, when you choose not to have that profile picture, because there's so much fraud, there's so much scamming and spamming, people who create YouTube channels acting as bots, and basically they come into our YouTube live stream chat or in our comment sections, and they're putting inappropriate links, they're putting inappropriate comments, or they're putting comments that just don't make no sense or relevant to the conversation that we're having with our community. I've just made it simple that, hey, look, if I don't recognize your profile picture and you just got a blank, even the person that just has the letter profile, it's going to make me suspect to say how much I want to engage with you online, because I need to know who I'm talking to. I need to know who my community is talking to. Okay. And then we talked about the importance of playlists. So we've hit that there. And so that's our summary for this morning on 5 ways how to properly set up your YouTube channel. We got a couple of comments here. So let's go back to the chat. Oh man, we got a lot of great here. Okay, boom. I think this is the next one. Boom. Got definitely my man watching us this morning. So we got that one. Ash says, I have this new channel so I can do it properly this time. And see, even if you did, so that's a great point. For those of us who do decide to go in and start a new channel, these templates here, and let me kind of go back over here and pull my summary up. And these summaries here allows me and you, if we are going to set up a new channel, to make sure if it's properly set up, based on making sure we have a channel art banner, we have the about section, YouTube trailer, and the profile picture and the playlist as you create more content. So great point, Ash. Boom, boom. Tech Troublemaker says, my logo is too big to fit into the profile picture. I mean, that's because you got great expectations. You got great expectations. Tech. So I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on having that channel, that challenge with your logo not fitting in the profile picture. But you're a man of talents. You can make it happen. You're a man of talents. You can make it happen. Definitely. Let's see here. We got another one here. I have to keep my profile picture for my business. And that's another good point, even with profile pictures, even from a business standpoint. If you have a channel that's that focuses on business, like Ash does with his other channel, mortgage brokers YouTube channel, you want to make it appealing to the viewer and the audience. So if you're not going to go with the profile picture, you're going to go and do it that. And then every now and then, when you have a returning viewer to your live stream chat, when they have a profile picture that you can identify, you can say good morning to the Brian Gumble of live stream. Mr. Charles Jackson Media is in the house. See, if profile pictures helps again with brand and image, and it helps with your content and how people identify. And so this man makes some great content on YouTube, but when I watch him, he always makes me think of Brian Gumble from Real Sports, those of you who may be familiar with him. And so your profile picture immediately helps you connect with the viewer on a more personal level. And your profile picture will help viewers connect with you on a more personal level. As Tech is saying in the comment section, saying, hey, Ash, when we end up seeing a profile picture we don't recognize, we're going to be hesitant in terms of about engaging with that individual because we don't know them. And to me, it goes back to, that great wisdom that our parents told us, that when we are out and about in the community, maybe coming from school or just playing in the neighborhood, that if someone approaches you that you don't know who they are, you don't talk to strangers because you don't know what their intent is. Well, we got a lot of strangers on YouTube. Let's call it for what it is. We got a lot of strangers on social media. We got a lot of strangers, and they come into our YouTube community. They come to our on our comment section of our uploaded videos or our live stream chats, and we don't know what their intent is. We don't know what their intent is. And so, as a content creator, I charge you, if you start to see someone that you don't recognize the profile of the picture, and you don't know what their intent is, we have the responsibility to guard and protect our community. And it works, especially if we're at that stage. We don't have a live stream moderator right now, or someone who can be the moderator for us, and we can kind of focus on the content. A lot of us are putting together the content. We're actually executing the content through the live stream shows, and then we have to engage in the chat. So we're wearing a lot of hats. All of us are doing these things. But these are just some good best practices in making that our channel is set up properly so that we can watch it and take care of community. Because, you guys are from London, over in England, different parts of the US. Like I said, normally we're on at 11 a.m. But because we had to come on at 9 a.m. this morning because some important things I got to do later on the day, that, to me, that means a lot to me. And so to have someone, and again, not trying to beat a dead horse here, but someone comes in our community or our communities of our live streams and they don't have a profile picture we don't recognize, we our antennas have to go up. Our antennas have to go up. We have to go up. And so I pray that these files on helping you set up YouTube has really added value to you. Charles says, I want with this personal picture, I was building a speaker brand, but maybe changing. Man, let me tell you something. As long as you continue to keep making the content that you're making, man, let me tell you, brands and sponsorships will not have a problem in connecting with you. Because your presentation and just how you communicate and how you address topics and issues, I think it's perfect. It is perfect, especially for us as men of color. I think that's important, and that's what drew me to you, and drew me to man. He's gonna get me. He's gonna get me. He's right off the tip of my head, off the tip of my tongue, and I can't even remember his name this morning. From Perfect Zone Productions. I can't even remember his name. He's gonna get me when he hears this on the replay. JP High Tech, your guys' profile pictures. It it it's the way you guys took your pictures. And then I was trying to capture that same thing in terms of how I took my profile picture. That it demonstrates um a sense of uh authority and as a brand expert in my subject matter of what I'm talking about. And so as a person of color, I think that's important. And that's not individuals who not many people a man of color, but that's important. And so, hey man, it's all the more. And like I said, I always identify with you as the Brian Gumble of live stream, because a lot of the topics that you hit, you're not afraid to touch on. You're not afraid to bring attention to, and it's not. And you basically say, I ain't getting the views. I'm not trying to go viral. I'm just trying to speak truth. I'm trying to speak truth. Charles Gold says, okay, I got that one. So, gentlemen, um, that's our presentation for this morning. I want to shift to wins of the week before we get up out of here. What was your win for the week this morning, or this week? What is a win for the week that you can put in the chat? Let me know in the chat section. Share that with the community. Since starting this new job now, I'm going on my 4th week. And so the first couple of weeks were kind of rocky, but this last week was definitely a strong week for me at work, really grasping these new concepts and new ideas and learning new type of software. I've been in fraud management for over 10 years. And I originally started in banking. Now to go back into banking, and banking has changed in the last 10 years. To be able to grasp a lot of their how their platform and their software works in just 1 week, that has been a major win for the week. Charles says win for the week for him. Content creators meetup week is getting so much positive feedback and views. Really happy. Definitely see, that's true. And Charles, do me a favor. I think JP's event is coming up. Put that in the chat for me. I don't have it readily for me. If you could just put that. There's a great event coming up this week, so we definitely want to give some love and some acknowledgement to that. Win for the week. Win for the week. Boom, boom, boom. Got a draft logo for the new apparel. Fine. There you go, sir. There you go. Man, may win for the week. Other wins for the week. Any other wins for the week, guys? Definitely keep them coming. Keep them coming, because I want to keep us encouraged. I want to keep us encouraged. The year is coming to a close. We are on the precipice of the 12th month of this year. That was a major important word. I said prefaces of the year. And so as you evaluate your YouTube channels, where you're at in terms of growth and subscribership, I don't want you to get discouraged if you didn't meet certain goals and objectives, but this is an opportunity to take those small victories and build upon them, to say, how are we going to move forward in 2023, moving forward in 2023. And so when we do our next huddle hangout community with one another, it's going to be in on the first week of December, gentlemen. And to my ladies who may be watching the replay, Thanksgiving weekend is coming up, so I'm gonna go to Virginia with my family, and so I was in my head saying, "Oh, I'll do a live stream mobily, traveling back from Virginia back to New York." And I said, "Don't fool yourself, bruh. You can probably be too tired, but I'll use that opportunity just to make some good shorts and post some short content." But in the first week of December, that's when we're gonna have a huddle hangout community, and we're gonna really talk about our goals for 2023. How can we help one another with holding each other accountable and making specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and timely goals for 2023 for our YouTube channels. And so definitely, that's where we're gonna have our next huddle hangout community on the first week of December. And so any other wins for the week, put them in the chat. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, where we help you to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Click the thumbs up button, share this on your favorite social media platform, and click the alert notification button so that you are alerted when we go live. You can watch us and you will get great value from our content. And so that is our live stream show for this morning. I want to thank the Brian Gumble of live streaming this morning for joining us. Mr. Charles Jackson II, tech troublemaker, Roy and Robert from Adobe Under 5, and our good man Ash, all the way from London, joining us. We want to thank you all for being a part of the huddle. And so as we get ready to close out, we're going to close out by simply saying, always, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail in your life. Make a quality decision today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for tomorrow. Today, make a quality decision and let God's purpose prevail in your life. We will see you. We're not going to be live next week, but we will see you the first week of December, Saturday morning, the first Saturday in December. I don't know what that date is, but we'll see you then. We'll definitely have some short content for you to be able to watch in that place, but we will see you then. God bless everyone. Enjoy your Saturday afternoon.